The cropmycosis syndrome, triggered by the Candida albicans yeast strain, stands as one of the most terrifying nightmares across poultry farms, transforming healthy chickens into depressed organisms with crops heavily bloated like balloons, packed with sour, foul-smelling mucus, and driving catastrophic culling rates. Witnessing chickens dropping feed intake simultaneously, losing weight down to their bare breastbones, and dying sporadically, the debate among yard owners habitually falls into two clashing narratives. One side firmly declares the solitary culprit is contaminated drinking water, while the counter side suspects overusing medications out of guesswork. A profound deficiency in poultry digestive tract physiology knowledge will plunge you directly into the trap of flawed diagnostic paths. Continuously wasting capital on aggressive water disinfection chemicals in vain, and missing the golden window of opportunity to salvage your flock. By watching this entire video, you will comprehend the total biological reality behind the collapse of indigenous microflora, decode the high-virulent pseudomycelium transformation syndrome generating protective extracellular matrices, expose the destructive connection of mycotoxins eroding epithelial keratin layers, allowing you to master a 100% precise targeted intervention protocol to sweep cropmycosis entirely out of your poultry infrastructure. Pathogen presence inside contaminated water, and its indirect triggering mechanism role. To clearly isolate the responsibility of each factor, we must first recognize an epidemiological reality, that contaminated water, wild pond water, or unfiltered well water harbors a moderate density of Candida yeast spores. However, if the chicken's digestive system remains in a perfectly healthy physiological state, these fungal spores entering the crop will be instantly suppressed and strictly regulated by a population exceeding 100 beneficial bacterial strains, specifically lactic acid-producing bacteria such as lactobacillus. This indigenous microflora continuously secretes organic acids to preserve the internal crop pH at an ideal low level beneath 4.5. A strict acidic environment where yeast strains are entirely inhibited from multiplying and cannot colonize the mucosal lining. Consequently, contaminated water merely operates as an indirect source of pathogen exposure and an initial triggering catalyst. It completely lacks sufficient virulence on its own to ignite a widespread cropmycosis epidemic if the chicken's internal biological barrier has not been breached from within. Indigenous microflora slaughter via antibiotic overdose, and the explosion of pseudomycelium networks. The core catalyst and direct culprit driving a poultry flock into a catastrophic cropmycosis tragedy, is the total slaughter of the indigenous microflora population triggered by the producer's habit of overusing broad-spectrum, high-dose antibiotic blends. When you indiscriminately dump antibiotics like amoxicillin, doxycycline, or colistin into the water tank under the guesswork of preventing respiratory diseases, these synthetic chemicals do not just eliminate harmful bacteria. They completely wipe out the entire beneficial lactobacillus population inside the chicken's digestive tract. This random chemical assault inadvertently obliterates all biological competitive pressure, emptying out the adhesion receptors on the mucous membrane and driving the crop pH to skyrocket to a neutral status. In an environment stripped of competitors and rich in nutrients, the Candida yeast spores that were previously harmless in a solitary rounded shape will instantly awaken and execute a biological shift into high-virulent pseudomycelium networks. These fungal threads continuously secrete a chaotic extracellular polymeric substance matrix that forms an impenetrable shield wrapping around the fungal colonies, while simultaneously puncturing and lacerating the crop mucosal epithelial layer, creating thick cheese-like white plaques that completely choke off feed transit and block natural immune cell attacks. Mycotoxins from moldy feed rations, and the mechanical erosion of the crop mucosal barrier. An invisible yet highly dangerous accomplice, preparing the pathway for cropmycosis to launch deep-rooted invasions inside the chicken's body, is the biological mycotoxin payload originating from feed lots contaminated with mold due to incorrect storage techniques. When a chicken flock is forced to consume feed pellets carrying residual concentrations of aflatoxin or T2 toxin, these toxic chemical compounds contact the crop tissue directly upon entry and trigger localized epithelial cell poisoning reactions. These mold toxins pulverize fundamental protein architectures, severely eroding and stripping away the smooth keratin protective lining. which serves as the primary mechanical shield of the crop mucosa against hazardous physical materials. The loss of this keratin layer generates micro-ulcers scattered shallow and deep along the crop walls, entirely robbing the poultry organism of its outermost defensive tier. Once this mechanical barrier is destroyed, the root structures of Candida pseudomycelium present within the barn environment can easily penetrate deep and lock tightly into submucosal muscle tissues, accelerating invasion speeds by hundreds of times and transforming the crop into a severely ulcerated necrotic zone, without needing any prior impact from contaminated water. The three-step biological reversal strategy, and targeted crop mucosal detoxification regimens. To rescue your chicken flock from death via mechanical suffocation and energy exhaustion caused by crop compression, modern high-tech farm management mindsets demand that you immediately cease all antibiotic administrations and operate a three-step biological reversal strategy to shatter the extracellular polymeric matrix and neutralize fungal toxins. The first step requires starving the chicken flock for a mandatory duration of 12 hours, to allow the crop to evacuate residual fluids, followed by administering water blended with table vinegar or specialized organic acids at a concentration of 3 milliliters per liter of water for 3 consecutive days. To force the crop pH down to a level of 4.0 and paralyze fungal mitosis. The second step deploys a targeted eradication regimen utilizing specific antifungal active agents such as nistidine or copper sulfate at a dosage of 1 gram per 10 kilograms of body weight. This chemical binds directly to sterols on the fungal cell membrane, peeling and leaking the structural matrix to completely destroy the pseudomycelium strands attached to the mucosa. The final step deciding biological revival requires supplementing high-dose antibiotic-resistant live probiotics combined with vitamin B groups and premium mycotoxin binders to completely rebuild the beneficial bacterial kingdom, helping the chicken recover its crop mucous membrane and regain 100% of its digestive capacity after just 5 days of treatment. Thoroughly comprehending the antagonistic balance between beneficial bacteria, feed toxins, and yeast strains, represents the ultimate key to terminating wasteful medication mistakes, allowing you to completely master poultry gut health. In your current evaluation of these dangerous pathological mechanisms, do you believe that abandoning guesswork antibiotic blending to safeguard beneficial bacteria, managing mold toxins inside the feed pellets, or investing in water filtration systems to eliminate initial fungal spores, represents the bottleneck creating the most hesitation and financial friction for your enterprise today? Please leave your technical thoughts in the comments section below, so we can dissect these biological interactions much more deeply in our upcoming videos. Goodbye, and see you again.